My boss laughed while threatening my visa and didn't know I was recording. He leaned back in his chair, smiled at the table, and said, "If Lena keeps acting sensitive, that raise is gone." A few people laughed, not with him, at me, because everyone in that room knew he controlled my visa. 2 months earlier, right after I reported his comments, my hours were quietly cut. HR said my complaint was misplaced. My work visa is sponsored by this company, and if I lose my job, I lose my right to stay in the country. He made sure I understood that part very clearly. In his office, he slid a paper across the desk without looking up. "Sign this voluntary demotion," he said, "or you're on the next flight home." My hands shook. I looked at the paper, then I looked at him and said, "Say that again." He did. That night, I opened my phone and created a new audio file called Q4 One-on-One. From that moment on, every meeting was recorded. I stopped arguing. I stopped reacting. I just kept asking him to explain himself and letting him talk. At the next staff meeting, he smirked and said, "You're just a temporary employee. Be grateful we kept you at all." Some people stared at their laptops. Some people smiled. When HR finally scheduled a hearing, he walked in relaxed, shaking hands like this was already over. My chair squeaked under me, and my chest tightened as one thought hit hard. What if they all decide I really am temporary and disposable? He went first. Calm tone, clean timeline, a story designed to sound reasonable. Then, he slipped. "Complain again," he said, "and I'll cancel your visa myself." The room froze. My chest burned, but my fingers didn't shake. I pressed play on Q4 One-on-One. His voice filled the room, clear and confident. He bragged about controlling sponsorships, threatened foreign staff into unpaid overtime, joked about how nobody ever fights back because they're too scared to go home. He lunged for my phone, yelling that it was edited. Security stopped him before he got close. HR didn't look at me. They looked at him. They stepped out and came back with everything in writing. My visa sponsorship was reassigned to the company, not to him. Immediate termination for cause. Formal report filed. Industry notification initiated. The room felt off balance, like everyone realized how easily power gets abused when nobody records it. I met his eyes and said, "If anyone here is temporary, it's the manager breaking the law." Would you have trusted HR after they lost the first complaint, or started recording like I did? I walked out still shaking, but still employed, still sponsored, still standing. Turns out the temporary part wasn't my visa. It was his authority.